1 year on and still no justice for the families of 21 teenagers killed in the Enyobeni tavern tragedy. Another legal flop for Jacob Zuma, confronting new competition and racism in the DA. Extreme heat in Saudi Arabia's record-breaking Hajj. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. We start with this.
This is Eyewitness News.
There may be people who are still there. And if there's still people there and methane explodes further, there may be additional deaths.
High levels of methane gas are preventing authorities from accessing 31 illegal miners trapped underground. It is believed that the majority died in a gas explosion in an unused mine shaft in Welkom last month, and there might be survivors. The victims, believed to be Lesotho nationals, remain trapped beneath the ground of Shaft 5 of the Harmony Gold Mine in the Free State. The shaft has not been used by the mine for more than 3 decades due to a previous methane gas explosion.
There's still very high levels of methane gas, so we're currently not allowing anybody to go there. It's also very dangerous for us to send a rescue team, so that's why we're working very closely with the DMRE to find safe solutions in terms of how best can we retrieve the bodies that are still underground.
Remembering the lives of 21 youngsters killed a year ago and still no closure. Hundreds of young people from various townships across the Buffalo City Metro attended a service for those who died at the Enyobeni tavern in the Eastern Cape last year.
It's been a year since 21 teenagers tragically lost their lives at Enyobeni tavern in Scenery Park, East London. Today, the community, the families, as well as church leaders are holding a gathering in honor of the 21 miners who lost their lives. The parents say they are yet to receive closure. The last forensic report said that the children died of asphyxiation, but the parents deny this. A year later, and there's still unanswered questions.
The DA in the Western Cape is not fussed by the ANC throwing down the gauntlet at the weekend with the intention of regaining control of the province in next year's election. The ANC lost power in the province back in 2009 and hasn't had leadership for 8 years. They're hoping for a win under new provincial leader Vuyiso JJ Kalisisu.
The ANC is history in the Western Cape, as was confirmed by their own Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula, but only stay in power through proxy parties like the PA or Good, or localized parties like the PBI, who enables the ongoing looting.
And the DA in the Eastern Cape say disgraced former provincial leader Nkaba Banga has provisionally accepted a provincial executive decision to suspend him. This after Banga labelled DA Federal Council Chairperson Helen Ziller a racist in a Facebook post, which he's still not retracted. While Banga will be suspended from all party activities, he'll continue to represent the party as its leader in the provincial legislature. State Advocate Billy Downer says former President Jacob Zuma has no case and that the latest bid to remove him from the arms deal corruption case is dead in the water.
Earlier this year, former President Jacob Zuma brought a new application aimed at the removal of State Advocate Billy Downer from the arms deal corruption case. This application is based on the fact that the former president has now launched a private prosecution against Billy Downer. However, that private prosecution was this month reviewed and set aside by the Pietermaritzburg High Court. On the back of that ruling, Downer's now filed new papers in the recusal application, saying that the former president's application is essentially dead in the water. The courts found that the private prosecution is an abuse of the court process and a furtherance of the former president's delaying tactics. Against this backdrop, Downer says the application should be dismissed. Bernadette Wicks, Eyewitness News.
Honouring bravery, Kuruleni Metro Police's Constable Yul Lissering has been awarded a gold medal for an incident in Wadeville which almost claimed his life 10 years ago. Lissering and his partner Quinton Steenberg risked their lives to nab a gang of suspected armed robbers and hitmen during a sting operation. In September 26, 2013, they chose to drive the personal vehicle of Andries Erklang, who'd been tipped off that he was on a hit list.
They jumped out of the car, they started shooting at us. We returned fire, killing some of the suspects. myself and my crew, or the driver of the car, Quentin Steenberg, we got wounded on that day. I got shot about 12 times. I passed out on the scene. I only woke up in Union Hospital after a week. The bullet penetrated just below my right eye, and then it exited behind my right ear. So I think that's the bullet that actually took me down.
Erklang says he remains indebted to Lissering and Steenberg, who chose to drive the bait vehicle on that day.
It is still scary, you know. I'm getting goosebumps standing here thinking about it, because it could have been my life. You know, it happened so quickly, and you know, you get the good ones, you know, like the ones that was helping us.
Record-breaking attendance at the climax of the annual Hajj. Saudi officials say this year's Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, could be the biggest in history. After 2.5 million attended in 2019, numbers were capped because of the COVID pandemic. Hundreds of thousands of Muslim pilgrims walked or rode buses to a giant tented city near Mecca. After performing the ritual circling of the Kaaba, the giant black cube at Mecca's Grand Mosque that Muslims pray towards each day, worshippers set off for Mina, about 7 kilometers away in suffocating heat. And that's it from me, Jane Dutton. See you again for more tomorrow. Remember to like and subscribe.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.